Alright. Are we good? Tomasoff, what's up? Bum, 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 bum. Alright, so you start out like that no matter what, apparently. Give you a taste of two-hander. I don't even know if you can really start with... You gotta switch to sword and shield once you get to Kirkwall? Is that how this goes? We're about to find out.
I've had gentler invitations.
I am Cassandra Pentagust, seeker of the Chantry.
And just, what are you seeking?
The champion.
Which one?
You know exactly why I'm here.
Stab him in the book.
Talking, dwarf.
Stab him in the book.
You're good at it.
What do you want
Hey,
to know?
Everything.
You can sword and shield right at the canyon.
At the beginning.
I just want to do something else I've never done before. I think this is actually going to be fun. We're just going to have fun with it. Or try to. Especially once you get haste, this shit should be out of control. Ah!
Scouts. We will have to fight them sooner or later. Then we make our stand here.
Big ass sword. Big ass sword.
Be careful! Is that all you got? May Andraste guide you. You want to fight? Try me! We can't keep this up forever.
No. We were towards the end of Act 3 and now I'm playing this.
Perhaps we'll be lucky, and they'll run out of Darkspawn. Here they come. Shall I deal with them? All yours, sister.
And I get to have Bethany instead of Carver's bitch ass, too.
Is that all you got? Another ball! You're pathetic! How about you? Waste. Out of range!
Fucking mind blast. Ethan, what's up? You fucking bitch! Bitch! How you like that? Bitch. Boy, Bethany just trolling the shit out of me. See that shit right there? Alright, Bethany. I got something for that. Alright. Mrs. Clorox? Well, but there you go then. Lenena, what's up?
Bullshit. That's not what really happened.
See how much longer I stayed frozen than the enemies did?
Story you've heard,
That's actually a
I'm
realistic
not interested in stories.
discrepancy.
I came to hear the truth.
What makes you think I know the truth?
Don't lie to me. You knew her even before she became the champion.
Even if I did, I don't know where she is now.
Do you have any idea what's at stake here?
Let me guess. Your precious chantry's fallen to pieces and put the entire world on the brink of war. And you need the one person who could help you put it back together.
The champion was at the heart of it when it all began. If you can't point me to her, tell me everything you know.
You aren't worried I'll just make it up as I go?
Not at
Not at all.
You'll need to hear the whole story.
Ragging on Carver. This looks like Cassandra.
blight had been unleashed on Ferelden.
Well, here we go.
Dark spawn poured out of the wilds, clashing against the army at the ruins of Ostagar. The battle was a disaster. King Kalen died on the field with his men, betrayed by his most trusted general. Unopposed,
All right, Steen.
the Horde
Good luck
marched
with
on
that.
the village of Lothering. The village burned, and many innocents were slaughtered. The champion's family barely escaped in time.
Sword and shield.
I think that's all of them.
For the moment, make us save us. We've lost it all. Everything your father and I built. At least we're alive. That's no small feat. Yes. You're right. We should have run sooner. Why did we wait so long?
Yeah,
Why are you
Carver,
looking at us?
bitch.
We've been running since Ostagar.
Not to interrupt, but the Blight's not going to wait while we stand here pointing fingers. Please, listen to your sister.
Then let's go. Lead on.
Pretty decent weekend. How about yourself?
They're trying to kill us! That's enough! Now you fall! It's too far! Stand back!
Get a cudgel. Huh. Okay. This is different. Nothing wrong with these two abilities, honestly. I see why it starts you with that one. Okay, okay.
Wait. Where are we going?
Away from the Darkspawn, where else?
And then where? We can't just wander aimlessly. So long as we wander aimlessly away from the Horde, I'm happy. We can go to Kirkwall. Well, that wouldn't be my first choice. There's a lot of Templars in Kirkwall, Mother. I know that. But we still have family there. And an estate. Then we need to get to Gwarin and take ship.
If we survive that long, I'll just be happy to get out of here.
Here we go! Need to get closer! I'll deal with this.
Carver just starts out because it's this rivalry thing.
You will not.
He resents you for hiding in your shadow, but if he ever gets out from under your shadow, he gets insecure and scared. So he hides in your shadow and resents you for being his shadow.
Not while I breathe.
Oh, get him, boy.
Stop squirming, Wesley. You'll make it worse.
Apostate, keep your distance.
Well, the Maker has a sense of humor. Darkspawn and now a Templar. I thought they all abandoned Lothering.
The Spawn are clear in their intent, but a mage is always unknown.
He's the only
The
only brother with two sisters, and he's the biggest bitch
Wesley.
among all of them.
That woman is an apostate. The Order dictates.
Dear, they saved us. The Maker understands.
Of course.
I am Aveline Valen. This is my husband, Sir Wesley. We can hate each other when we're safe from the Horde.
For a while, it looked like we were the only ones to escape the Darkspawn.
We aren't free of them yet. Just like at Ostagar, this is just the start.
You were there. Yes, I see it now. Third Company, under Captain Varel.
Then you saw how the whole of the army was defeated.
We fell to betrayal, not the Darkspawn. This arm of the Horde will not have the same advantage.
The wrath of the Templars is terrible indeed.
More so their wives. But as long as there is a greater danger, you and I have an accord.
Thank you, Wesley. For now, we move with you. North is cut off. We barely escaped the main body of the Horde.
Then we're trapped. The wilds are to the south, that's no way out.
If the options are south or die, I'll take my chances with south.
Archer? No. No. I have no interest in sitting back and pew-pewing with a bow. How do you, no. No, I probably won't put anything to Dex. You just don't waste your points on sustains like defense and shit like that. It's not the point. Actually, the more you get hurt, the more, the better you do, really. I mean, there's some automatic passives that reduce flanking damage, make you immune to criticals. That's going to be huge. And they go right into your primary sword and shield tree anyway. So. I used Anders as a shield. I did do that sometimes.
Here we go. Get back.
Oh, this is going to be beautiful.
It's too far.
Get him, dog. Dog finished off the Darkspawn. Nice.
bastards!
Cover!
Now we fight! Then, how about you? Get back! Carver, wake up. The battle's over. We're fine.
I'm sorry.
Kakoi, what's up, man?
mistress. Your son is gone.
Manhandle
These things
the
will not
Urshin. Don't manhandle.
Maybe we should grieve when we're safe.
Don't speak to me of grief. This is your fault. How could you let him charge off like that?
The
Your little
Urshin.
brother. My little boy.
He's not
Mother, we can't stay here.
for sale.
Carver wouldn't want his sacrifice to be meaningless.
Allow me to commend your son's soul to the Maker, mistress. Ashes we were, and ashes we become. Maker, give this young man a place at your side. Let us take comfort in the peace
That
we've
and
found in
don't
eternity.
fondle Andraste. Please don't fondle
I will never forget.
Andraste. Alright, Joel, have a good one.
But at least Father will have company now.
Flames. We're too late.
Well, at least it's not boring. Stand, stay down.
There's no end to them.
Dramatic entrance. Dramatic Flemeth is dramatic. Still holding a darkspawn.
Well, well. What have we here?
That's what Morgan says first when you first see her. What have we here?
It used to be we never got visitors.
Why are
to
they
the
here,
wilds,
I wonder?
But now it seems they arrive in hordes.
Impressive. Where'd you learn how to turn into a dragon?
Perhaps I am a dragon. If so, count yourself lucky. The smell of burning darkspawn does nothing for the appetite. If you wish to flee the darkspawn, you should know you are heading in the wrong direction.
Wait. You can't just leave us here.
Can I not? I spotted a most curious sight. A mighty ogre vanquished. Who could perform such a feat? But now my curiosity is sated, and you are safe for the moment. Is that not enough?
You could show me that trick of yours. That looks useful.
If only a clever tongue was all one needed. Tell me, clever child, how do you intend to outrun the blight?
We need to get to Kirkwall. In the Free Marches.
Kirkwall? My, but that is quite the voyage you plan. Your king will not miss you, hmm?
I'm sure he'll miss his life more.
Oh, you I like. Hurtled into the chaos, you fight, and the world will shake before you. Is it fate or chance? I can never decide.
Yeah, and Lothering? Yeah.
It appears fortune smiles on us both today. I may be able to help you yet.
There must be a catch.
There is always a catch. Life is a catch. I suggest you catch it while you can.
Maybe we shouldn't trust her. I don't even know what she is.
I know what she is. The Witch of the Wilds.
Some call me that. Also Flemeth. Asha Belinar. An old hag who talks too much. Does it matter? I offer you this. I will get your group past the Horde in exchange for a simple delivery to a place not far out of your way. Would you do this for a Witch of the Wilds?
Roast a few more Darkspawn? I'll do anything you want.
Sadly, my charity is at an end. There is a clan of Dalish elves near the city of Kirkwall. Deliver this amulet to their keeper, Maranthari. Do as she asks with it, and any debt between us is paid in full. Before I take you anywhere, however, there is another matter.
No, leave him alone.
What has been done to
Yeah, she
your
makes a
man
pretty nasty
is
dragon.
in his blood already.
Aggravated dragon.
You lie.
She came to fight.
She's right, Aveline. I can feel the corruption inside me.
I think Flemeth's harder than the dragon up there on the mountaintop. Of course, she kind of fights you in a box. You know, you're in a pretty small area.
This corruption is the permanent sort, I take it.
The only cure I know of is to become a Grey Warden.
And they all died at Ostagar.
Not all, but the last are now beyond your reach.
Aveline, listen to me.
You can't ask me this. I won't.
Please. The corruption is a slow death. I can't.
He's your husband, Aveline. I can't decide his fate.
Be strong, my love.
Without an end, there can be no peace. It gets no easier. Your struggles have
That's
only
3:30 here
just
too.
begun.
Phlegm.
I'm getting there.
I thought that might interest you.
You expect me to believe a myth swooped out of the wild to save the champion?
Swooped.
Oh,
Swooping.
come now, Seeker. Do I need to recite the
With all
tale
the
of the
swooping.
warden as well?
No. Perhaps I shouldn't be surprised to hear of her involvement.
I liked my version better, too.
What else aren't you telling me then? Did she send someone with the champion?
In a matter of speaking.
So it's true. Continue. But if you tell me they all flew to Kirkwall on a dragon...
Nothing so fanciful, I assure you. The witch kept her word and got them to Guaran, where they took ship.
Have you guys ever seen these
They sailed north across the waking sea last
street
by
taco
terrible
tortillas
storm.
that they have? They're about like this big.
2 weeks they spent in
Come
that dark hold.
Stacks of, I don't know, about
Packed in.
probably about 30 of them or
Fearful
so,
and
but
desperate.
they're only about that big.
And then they saw it.
Street taco
Kirkwall,
tortillas.
the city of chains.
Got some
Long
of those.
ago, it was part of the Imperium. Slaves coming from far and wide.
Now
to
they're at
work
the
the
forefront of my
quarries.
mind.
Now, it's a free city. But I use the word loosely. Sail through those black cliffs and you'll see what the slaves of old saw. The gallows, welcoming you. That's where their ship landed, with all the rest.
Am I in Arkansas? No, I'm in Texas. All right, let's get through this real quick. Let's kind of like to go respec everybody at least. Yes, swooping is bad. Swooping is bad, okay. Okay. What was that dude from South Park, okay? Mr. Hand, was that his name? I don't know, whatever his name was. Okay. Swooping is bad, okay, so don't swoop. If you swoop, it's bad because it's bad, okay?
They're not letting anyone into the city.
What? That can't be.
It's true. Look at them all.
They're Fereldans, just like us. Fleeing for their lives.
And they would throw us all back to the wolves. Unbelievable.
I'm only surprised they let us dock.
We need to find Gamlen. Our family has always been
Drugs are
highly
bad,
regarded in
okay?
Kirkwall.
Because they're bad,
He
and
can
you
do
shouldn't do
something, I'm
drugs,
sure of
okay?
it. Let's hope he
Because they're
received
bad.
your letter.
The guards seem to be reporting to that man. Perhaps we should
Okay.
speak to him.
Our ship is already...
Get back to the crowd, you lot. Trying to bully your way through won't get you into Kirkwall any faster.
But you do intend to let us in.
We have enough poor of our own in the free marches. We don't need you refugees piling up here like a middens heap.
Hey, Canal. Brazil, huh? Hey, there's a few of you guys from Brazil and Argentina. Been dropping in over the past few evenings. I wonder if maybe, like, I know, like, YouTube's kind of regional. And maybe as the channel's growing a little bit, like, notifications and recommendations are put on more, or show up for more people. You know what I mean? Like, how many times do you click on something just because you see it? YouTube will put it on your homepage, and you'd be like, "Oh, what's that?" You know. And that helps. That helps a lot. I wonder what the amount of mages killed in the fights and blood mages running from the circle. Blood mages aren't running from the circle, they're running into the circle. Most the Mage Underground, what it mostly does is brings blood mages in from everywhere, in, under Orsino, and then they're sent out, you know, amongst the Wounded Coast and this and that and blah, 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 hiding in the city with some of the nobles and so on and so forth.
There must be someone in charge I can speak with.
Yes, yes, always the same story. You want in, talk to Captain Ewald. I'm just here to keep you refuse from climbing the walls.
This is outrageous! Was Wesley based out of the... I don't remember ever seeing him there.
He served elsewhere. He was coming to find me at Ostagar. Were you familiar with every Templar in Lothering?
I was supposed to know when to run and hide.
Let us through, you flaming blighter.
You flaming blighter?
Then
Flaming
get back
blighter.
on your ship and leave. Kirkwall
And
has
leave.
no more room for
Get back on your
refugees.
ship and leave.
The ship's already gone. We've paid good coin to get here.
Get back on your ship
You and
and
half of
leave.
Ferelden. There's nothing I can do. The city is full.
Surely there's a bit of extra room for the pretty people.
I find keeping my neck away from Knight Commander Meredith's blade far more attractive than any
Dunno.
of you. We've been letting you Fereldans in for months. You're too late. There's no more room.
But we have family here. Doesn't that mean anything?
I've heard claims like that 1,000 times already, trust me. We'll find some ships to take you all back to Ferelden, eventually. Until then, you stay here.
If you find our uncle, Gamlen Amel, you might just have a few less refugees bothering you.
Gamlen? I know that name.
He's a nobleman here in the city. Our family has an estate.
A nobleman? The only Gamlen I know is a weasel who couldn't rub two coppers together. He comes back, I'll bring you to him. But I don't have time to...
What? You gonna let them through?
I didn't say anything about...
We've been here for 4 days. They just got here.
That's it! We're carving our way out of here. Men!
To arms!
Go for it! Help me with this one!
Go down!
Help me with this one!
Fuck are you hitting me for?
Now you fall!
Help me with this one!
Hard won and deserved.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Captain, are you all right?
I am, no thanks to you. Where is everyone? Go find them. I want this kept under control. You have my thanks. Look, I can't get you into the city. It's not my decision. But I'll find your uncle and bring him here.
It's been 3 days. This waiting has to end.
I'm sure it won't be much longer. Gamlen must still be looking for us.
And if he's not?
Don't look now, but I think that's our man.
Leandra. Damn, girl. The years haven't been kind to you.
Gamlen.
Hey, John.
Let me say up front, I wasn't expecting this. The Blight, your husband, dead.
No, the dog is actually kind of a off-tank, really.
Be Ferelden for life.
Dog does his job all the time.
Oh, Gamlen. We came too late. My poor Carver didn't make it, and Drust to guide him.
Oh, Maker, save me. Leandra, don't drop this on me here. I don't even know if I can help you get in.
Would it help if I said you were my favorite, Uncle?
It'd make me feel better, but that's about it. I was hoping to grease some palms, but the Knight Commander's been cracking down. We're gonna need more grease.
But what about the estate? Surely Father left something when he died?
Right, about the estate. It's, gone. To settle a debt. I've been meaning to write you.
Then there's no hope.
Not quite. I know some people who might help. If you're not too delicate about the company you keep.
Why does everyone hate on Gamlen? Tell you what. If Carver had fucked off the fortune and had to answer and be accountable and had to face the music, he probably wouldn't have shown up at the gate. Gamlen showed up at the gate. Gamlen doesn't have any money. He finds a way to get you into Kirkwall. He doesn't have to. He puts you under his roof. He doesn't have any money. He feeds you. He doesn't have any food. He doesn't have shit, but he gives you everything that he's got. What did he really do? Years and years ago, squandered a whole bunch of money thinking that he was the last one left. Parents gone. His only other family is across the fucking ocean. He's screwed up everything that he's ever touched, and he just drinks it away. And then you come rolling up to the door. He could very easily just say, fuck you. He doesn't have to show up. He could say, tell him I'm dead. He doesn't. He could say, I barely have enough to fend for myself. I can't take care of everybody, but he takes everybody under his roof. And then when you get all that money, what does he do? Come begging on your doorstep? No. He visits your mother once a week. And keeps up with her. And tries to be semi-responsible. So what does he really do to you? All the hate, has anyone ever bothered to think? Or did someone on social media or someone on the internet or someone on some forum or someone tell you you're supposed to feel that way about Gamlen? Are you thinking for yourself? Or you may not just like him just because. Well, that's fine, but...
Let's hear it, Uncle. What do you have in mind?
I talked to my contacts, and I found some people who might be willing to pay your way into the city. The catch is, you and your sister have to work off the debt.
He took care of his parents through two.
It's the best I could do.
Cholera, basically the plague, hit Kirkwall twice. And he took care of his parents night and day through 2 bouts of the cholera. And the entire time all they were was, oh, I wish your sister were here. You know? He had to live with that. I'm not saying that's an excuse, but as far as he knew, like, he got his hands on the money. Did he know he was doing wrong? Sure. I'm sure he did. But he faces the music and he lives up, you know, to his end of the deal. He really does. So, I mean, he may be a little crude, a little rough around the edges, all that, but I don't know.
I'm sure we'll be free and clear before we know it.
I managed to convince my contacts to come to the gallows to meet you personally. Mirren heads up the mercenary company, the Red Iron. They're looking for recruits. Fenrir, I guess you might call her a smuggler. Either one of them can help.
And in Act 3, when you reunite him with his daughter,
and convince them
he
you're
gets
worth the trouble.
He gets some of his own family back. Like, you know, you've got Mama Hawk, who winds up passing away, and that tears his ass up. Do you know that he also visits Bethany in the circle every week too? Once she goes to the circle, he visits her every week, and then he visits your mother every week. And as soon as your mother doesn't show up for their visit, he immediately comes to the house and starts sending out the guards and starts trying to find out where she's at. And it tears his ass up. So I'm just saying, he's got redeeming qualities. At heart. On the surface, not really. On the surface, he's just crude and rude and whatever, but I don't know. I tend to look at somebody for when it comes down where the rubber meets the road. When the shit hits the fan, what do? Do you fight or flee? You know, and I don't know. Just saying.
Let's find them and see what they have to say.
Oh, Gamlin, I don't know about this.
It's a lot of coin, Leandra. Don't go expecting our name to carry the kind of weight it used to.
And what of me? I will not allow others to incur debts on my behalf.
Can't see that it makes a difference.
And he got
you look like a lady who
obviously
can pull her own
taken
weight.
advantage of by all the underground elements.
Have no real option.
He apparently didn't fit in with nobility very well, so he hung around with the bad crowd, and they took advantage of him in a major way. I mean, when they went after him for that fortune and basically got it from him, they knew what they were after, you know? And he wasn't maybe the brightest bulb in the box, not the sharpest tool in the shed, right? And he just got run over.
You must be Gamlin's niece. Interesting. I don't know what he told you about us, but he certainly told us a great deal about you.
He didn't say anything about me, did he?
Enough to pique our interest, provided you can justify your uncle's confidence.
I hear getting us into the city isn't cheap.
If you're as good as your uncle claims, we're hoping you'll be worth it. After all, it's not every day we're offered an apostate's services.
It appears our uncle likes to talk.
The Templars in Kirkwall like to think they have all mages properly leashed, but when has that ever been true? We can keep them from taking notice while you're with us. Wouldn't be the first time.
Is it a video game or a life lesson? It's an RPG. Role-playing game. There's supposed to be stuff like honestly, the more realistic, the more things it gives you to think about, and the more stuff it gives you to do, the better the game, really. So...
Tell me what you need done.
There's a merchant named Cavril, friend of the Templars. So they let him set up his little shop here in the gallows.
Appears also on carrying
We supplied him
staff.
in return for a piece of the take, but now he won't pay up. We can't go near him without him screaming for the guard. But you can. Get our money from him and you're in.
If a game doesn't give you social and political and economic and spiritual things to consider and think about, besides just decisions to be made, but if you bother to think about why you're making those decisions, you know what I mean? Like, if it doesn't give you that, they're pretty hollow then, really, pretty shallow.
Hey there, what are you doing with that?
Back away from it.
Well, I'm nothing.
Now.
I'm just digging through your loot box, trying to take your shit. What? What's the problem?
Wait, this is Athenril's doing, isn't it? You can tell that bitch I'm going straight to the guard again.
Make me an offer, and I'll consider leaving you alone.
Interesting. I can't get you lot into the city. That's more coin than I even owe. But I'll give you a share. You take it, you walk away, and don't bother us again. Does that work for you?
Who wouldn't that work for?
Who wouldn't that work for?
Boss, you need to stop giving in to these.
Enough. I know a losing deal when I see one. Take what's in the chest. Now, I'm going to go deal with this once and for all.
I'll take that. Should we go see Athenril's Walk of Shame?
For the last time, get out.
What for? We haven't done anything.
We know damned well what you've been up to. Now go.
What?
I see.
Hawk's over there. What? Staff of Parlethin, what is that, DLC? Staffs are only good against enemies that are weak to whatever the staff uses. Like, the best spirit staff in the world is useless against the shade, for example.
Mirren?
It can do 5,000 damage, and
you must be Hawk.
And the shade will just sit there and laugh at you.
Your uncle talked up a storm about you. He better not be blowing more smoke out his ass.
This is how you make all your money before the game even starts.
Getting us into the city will take a lot of coin.
Did I mention the Red Iron gets paid pretty well? Not to mention your uncle said your sister's a mage. We're willing to pay for that.
Does everyone know about us?
Your sister's not in the circle yet. Then probably not. You stick with us. You'll be safe. For a year, at least.
I'm ready to prove myself.
Noble bastard named Friedrich is
I'm
here
gonna
in
have to
town.
now. We already screwed over the
Gave
other
us
guys.
Bad info. Almost killed my men. Now he's hiding out here, waiting for a ship. He sees us coming, he'll run for sure.
Two
But
things
he
about
doesn't
screwing
know
over
you.
shifty people.
Go kill him and
One,
his men.
they know they got it
We'll
coming
make
and there's not a
sure
lot they can
no
do
one
about
asks
it. And
why.
two, they recognize you screwing them over because it's the same thing they would have done to you. You blithering
Who are
idiot.
these people? I demand to know. I saw them talking to Mirren.
Mirren? You blithering idiot. Why didn't you say something sooner? Don't just stand there. Kill them!
Get ready! Go down! Get back! There! Go for the face! I'll deal with this.
They're gonna kill me!
How about you? That's enough. Get back!
Okay, come on. Let's go.
Give up now! Cannot there escape!
How good with your stun bombs, cocksucker? Yeah, you fucking bitch. Throw a stun bomb for a big cock. Kind of annoying. Oh, there's my allies. This ought to get them killed. Bitch.
Dead and buried. Well, dead.
Good. May the bloody vultures feast on his corpse and shit him into the ocean. Welcome to the Red Iron. Tell your uncle I'm making the arrangements now.
See you later. Sorry about the... Sorry about... I don't know what... No idea what you're talking about.
Any luck?
Was there ever any doubt?
I'll speak to Mirren and see when the bribes can be made. Wait here.
Then we made it. The voyage is over. No more running for our lives unless we really have to.
If only Carver were here with us.
And Wesley.
Well, we're off to a fantastic start. Let's see what else this city has in store.
Thus began the champion's first year in Kirkwall. Word arrived from across the sea that the hero of Ferelden had defeated the Blight. But Lothering was destroyed. Kirkwall was the champion's home now. So she made her name, settling her debts with the mercenaries. It was a busy year in the city. That's when the Qunari landed. A great storm had caught their ship and left hundreds of warriors stranded in the city, waiting to return home. That's also when the trouble began with the Mages. The Templars had become very powerful under Knight Commander Meredith.
Oh.
But, most importantly,
most people hate gambling.
Met the champion.
I think because on the surface you're kind of supposed to. Most people think Meredith is an asshole through the game because the only point of view you get is that of a liar. One who's incapable of being honest or being upfront or giving both sides or showing any fair or impartial judgment in anything, ever. Like Anders. You can't. Or Orsino, who cannot tell the truth. He's a possessed blood mage. He can't tell the truth. He's incapable of I mean, it's not even a point of wanting to or not. He can't. Orsino cannot tell the truth. And stuff like that. So the only side of Meredith that you hear is this, oh, we're abused. What you find out, if you pay attention to the game, is that the mages in secret are constantly doing this.
No. You're too late. Already done.
That's all they're doing, in secret.
That can make a man for life.
And then when the Templars finally go, enough, they run out into the street and go, the Templars are yelling at us. They're yelling at us. That's exactly what they're doing. Blood mages turning the Templars into abominations. And then the very first time the Templars say, wonder if mages are responsible for turning our Templars into blood mages. They run out in the street and say, they're persecuting us. They're persecuting. The very same blood mage who killed somebody to bind some demons to somebody else that just did that runs out into the street playing the poor innocent waif. Right? So you find out that yeah, what you hear coming from one side is a complete fabrication. Now, at the very end of the game, yeah, once Meredith gets her hands on the idol and her being power mad kind of consumes her, okay, yeah, she's crazy at the end, along with Orsino turning and showing himself as the abomination that he's always been throughout the entire game. Every time he accuses Meredith of falsely accusing, every one of Meredith's accusation that he says is false is actually correct. Every single one. No exceptions. So, there you go. And she lets a lot of blood mages make it, which results in the death of a lot of innocent people in Kirkwall. You don't see Templars doing that shit. And the one example of a bad Templar that you find in the game does not have the backing of Meredith or the Chantry. That one rapist dude, that Sir Ulrich guy, does not have Meredith's backing. They don't condone that. So there you go.
I'll buy you a drink before we head into the deep roads.
But it's looking beyond the surface. It's easy to see one thing based on what you hear. Then when reality shows you that everything you're hearing is shit, everything that Anders says, everything that Orsino says.
Find another meal ticket.
What are we supposed to do now?
Puts a whole new light on
We've got
things.
nothing to stop the next person who tries to sell us out. This expedition was our last chance.
Funny is, had Meredith had her way, a lot of what was wouldn't have been, until Meredith finally lost her shit anyway. Don't know that that would have happened. I guess it would have. We'd have gone down the deep roads regardless. The Illyrium idol would have come back regardless, you know.
We've made a name for ourselves this last year. We'll find something.
We have to. We need coin, status, something we can hide behind. As long as we're just refugees, we're no one. Maybe Gamlen knows someone who can talk to Bartram for us.
Our uncle's not exactly the most reliable tool in the shed.
He's all we've got. Make us save us. We might as well ask. Otherwise, I don't know what we'll do.
Hey!
That's what I'm saying, and then take that a step further. If a couple bad apples, a couple, meaning a very, very small percentage of
Might want to find yourself a new line of work.
the whole can affect the whole, then when the exact... Okay. If this percentage of the Templars really are corrupt, as opposed to the people they're just Templars. That's their job. Like the guard, that's their job. If this percentage is corrupt, lyrium smuggling, serial rapists like that one dude, you got some bad people. Let's say it could affect the whole.
He's too proud.
Then when the percentage of mages in Kirkwall are blood mages actually murdering innocent people, where the head enchanter himself is illegally smuggling forbidden books out of the library to put in the hands of a blood mage practicing necromancy, fucking serial kidnapping and killing all the women that look like his dead wife in Kirkwall. Okay, so when you've got this percentage of the mages that really are as corrupt as Meredith thinks they are, and their only defense is to say Meredith's crazy because she thinks we're all corrupt, when they are, and this percentage actually isn't corrupt, then if a few bad apples screw up the whole, what happens when almost all of them are corrupt? So if you apply the same standard to the mages, whatever you do to the Templars, you got to do to the mages 10 times more. Right? Let's just be fair. If you say that this entire group needs to be annihilated because 10% of them are fucked, then what do you need to do to this group over here where 90% of them are fucked? Kill them even more violently and brutally and painfully? I mean, what can you do? So when you apply the standards, you find that with people, and some of those people wear Templar armor. Some people are bad people. Doesn't take a Templar to rape young women. In fact, you find that one guy who, I'm not sure if he's a mage or not, but that one nobleman's son who they send Hawk after to go try to rescue him from these ruins, and you get the option thankfully, to kill him, right? That's not a Templar. So if he was wearing Templar armor, then all the Templars are bad. But he's not wearing Templar armor. He's a nobleman's son, so he's just a lunatic. Huh. So when 90% of the mages are batshit fucking crazy, murdering, just doing the stuff that they do throughout the entire game on a regular basis, then what's that? If it's fair to paint all these with the same brush based on the actions of about 1%, then is it not fair to paint all these in the same brush on the actions of the 90%? Is that not fair? Or is there maybe just a little discrepancy there? Yeah, he was buddies. It was his old friend. He was amazed. He loved it. He enjoyed it. Oh, please keep me appraised. If there's anything else I can do, let me know. All of the Circle's resources are at your disposal. Meaning that anything that's forbidden, anything that the Templar's job is to keep from happening so that everybody doesn't have to die, he's violating every single bit of that. Going back for years. And I believe this mage came from elsewhere, so we gotta figure that Orsino has some connection to Grace and the rest of those blood mages who burned down the Starkhaven Circle, killed all the mages that wouldn't rebel with them, killed everybody that tried to either capture them or that they ran across along the way, killed everyone else on sight. Every single one of them was a blood mage. So the Templars come to actually do their job and execute them. You have the option to kill the Templars and defend the mages. Either way, they get taken to the Circle. What happens to those blood mages? Do they get executed like they're supposed to on the spot under Meredith's watch? Do they get tranquiled? According to Anders, that's all they do. But they don't get tranquiled. They don't get executed. They get quarantined. They're allowed to just chill in the Circle courtyard. Just chill out there with the merchants and stuff. Just chill. Under Templar watch and guard. Safe. Interesting. Anders says that the Templars look for any excuse to kill runaway mages, and they even threaten their families and kill their families and say that you're banished in the eyes of the Maker and you're this and that and blah, blah, blah. Anders escaped from the Circle 7 fucking times. 7. That's Anders' words. 7. When did they make him tranquil? When did they imprison him? When did they torture him? When did they rape it? When did they kill it? Had they done any of that, is it not possible that a lot of lives would have been saved? Had the Templars actually done their job? No, they were lenient. They showed mercy. They did all those things that Anders says they never do. He experienced it 7 times firsthand. Can someone explain any of that to me? Where he gets any of the anything that he tells you happens? Every single thing Anders says the Templars do in the city, every single thing he says they do, name one thing that you ever see one time anywhere in the city that Anders says Templars do on the regular. One fucking thing. No. Now, everything that Anders catches the mages doing, he makes an excuse for them. You know what he blames it on? The Templars made him do it. Blood mages brought into Kirkwall from outside the Circle. Apostates brought in to bolster the blood mage ranks so that they can murder everyone in Kirkwall. That is their fucking plan. And the Templars made him do it. I think the argument is a little more cut and dry. I think it's an easy choice there. That's calling everything as it is, not as Anders says it is based on a fantasy that has no foundation whatsoever in reality at any point in the game, ever. You take a serial pedo, perv, rapist, stalker, predator, terrorist, murdering, psychotic piece of shit, take anything he says at face value, and everything that he says, you see the opposite in the game. Everything that he says happens, never happens. Everything that he says doesn't happen, happens all the time. And anything that doesn't fit into his little agenda or whatever, he just disregards it so that he can go on doing what he plans on doing from the start, is doing some horrific act at the expense of however many innocent lives to force everyone to not take a side. That's his words. The reality of it is to force everybody to defend themselves so that the mages can say, we're persecuted. If the mages kill enough people, finally someone's going to kill a mage to defend themselves, and then they can say, aha! All you ever wanted to do was kill mages. That's our excuse. So in other words, if I go on a murdering rampage, and one of the policemen out there somewhere, I'm killing hundreds and hundreds of people. I'm just throwing fucking Molotovs. I'm shooting people up. I'm going through schools and post office. I'm just doing all, and I'm just killing people. And finally, law enforcement takes a shot at me, and I'll say, aha! I knew you were gonna shoot me. That's why I'm doing this. I'm sorry. There's a cause and effect. There's actions and reactions. Okay, the Templars I see as a reaction, except for simply exterminating mages. What is the only other option you have? Find some way to dampen their inner need to murder everybody in the world. Something to dampen that, something to put a lid on that, something to hopefully stand as a barrier between mages and everybody else that actually has a right to live as well, that maybe wants to live, if it weren't for rabid fucking mages blowing people up and killing people so that they can bind demons to kill more people faster. Maybe people don't want that to happen to them. And so what do? They spend their tax money to build circles, to pay for Templars, to pay for all this stuff so that the mages can be housed and you don't have to essentially exterminate them. And so you don't have to make them tranquil. Tranquil's an easy solution. But do they do it? No. There wouldn't be fucking circles in Templar if that was the solution that everyone just had in mind. They would just do that. You get caught with magic, you get the brand, it's done. That's it. And a whole lot of people don't have to die later when you get some cold porridge in the morning and decide you want to bind a demon and show everybody what price they have to pay because your porridge was cold that morning. Or whatever fucking excuse a mage finds to go fucking kill everybody. Because that mage will, at some point, do that. And so you spend all this money and citizens sit there in fear wondering when the fucking next mage is going to escape because some Templar isn't doing their job. Why? Because the mages cry, that Templar is doing his job. You don't understand. I have feelings. I should be able to kill anybody anytime I want to. That's it. That's my excuse. I'm going to go kill everybody, anytime I want to because you won't let me go kill everybody anytime I want to. Start binding some fucking demons. How the fuck do you win against that? So, yeah, I think the argument, as much of a gray area as they tried to make it, it's pretty simple. It's pretty obvious. It wasn't Templars that started the first blight and tried to destroy the world every day ever since then. I think that was the mages that did that. I think the Templars were formed as a reaction to that type of what the fuck behavior. Pretty sure that's how that went down. If you ask me.
There must be some way to persuade your brother to hire us on.
We don't need another hireling. We need a partner. The truth is, Bartrand's been tearing his beard out trying to fund this on his own, but he can't do it. Invest in the expedition. 50 sovereigns and he can't refuse. Not with me there to vouch for you.
I hope there's more to this. Like how I'm supposed to get that much coin together.
Look, I can't rant with passion and play at the same time. Sometimes you need to set things down and orchestrate your rant.
It won't be easy.
Frame it and box it.
Chance.
Sometimes you have to. Not always, but
Better
sometimes.
to work our way into this expedition than sit around waiting to be thrown in the gallows.
We work together, you and I, and before you know it, you'll have all the capital you need. What do you say?
Sure.
It's not like I had anything better planned.
Perfect. Kirkwall's crawling with work. You set aside some coin from every job and you'll have the money in no time.
Maybe Aveline can find us some work. She's got a position.
The only way I could get away with taking Bethany in the deep roads is you gotta take Varric because it's the deep roads.
I'll be there when I'm not with you. Now.
And if you want to save Bethany, you have to have Anders, so that would mean playing tank.
Ah, Hightown.
You don't seem to like your...
I don't know. We'll see. You go get Aveline, then we'll go get Respect.
Sorry about your brother. Hey, you want mine? I got a spare.
I'll be back soon.
Messiah, please stop kicking the wall.
Who are you to talk to me like that, you bloody peasant?
The guard who'll throw you out if you kick that wall one more time.
Let's go get Aveline first. Then we'll go get...
Good day, sir.
Guess we can go pick up some money, I guess. Gotta get a Rune of Fortune one way or another.
Aveline!
What's that one
Hello,
lady
Hawk.
in the keep that says, "Stop getting in my light. I don't come to where you work
That's
and get in
it.
your light."
What? Oh, right.
Getting in your light.
Sorry. It feels like we just talked. I've been keeping an eye on you.
Uh-oh.
Information is one of the few perks of this job. Watch out for Bartrand. He's a son of a bitch.
Still having trouble? I thought you were past all that.
Lately, I don't know. I've been pushed out to some dead patrols. Maybe I stepped on someone's toes.
You can be... forceful.
My charm, right? I should be able to go where I'm needed. In fact, I might have a job for you. Let me know if you want to do a favor for Kirkwall. Otherwise, I'm here if you need me. Maker knows I could use more satisfying work.
All right, Aveline. You have something worth doing?
My patrols may be empty walks in the dark, but there's something big coming up, and I could use you. An ambush, probably for a caravan, although I can't find any shipments that match up. Doesn't matter though. Highwaymen waiting for someone to rob. I'm putting a stop to it, my district or not.
All right, Aveline. I'll play guard for you.
I knew I could count on you. They're hidden up Sundermount, remote and rough, but we can make good time with a shortcut this side. And no, you can't run off and do it without me. I trust you, but I have to be there. You're acting on behalf of the Guard.
So if you make Bethany a warden, let's see. Guess I'll go to my house first. Fuck it. If you make Bethany a warden, at what point at the end of the game can you get her again? Is it when you meet up? Is it at the actual circle itself?
Are you really not afraid of apostates? Not even a little?
I'm a dwarf. In case you missed that detail. No. I meant there are at least 30 people in this town who'd murder my family. For trade deals. Who has time to worry about apostates with a merchant's guild breathing down your neck?
In that case, I see.
Last straw, no shit. I'm cured.
I bring you a priceless treasure from the highest heights of Mount Davarus it's traveled. A pouch of Andraste's ashes. Verified by the scholar Genitivi, these ashes cure any ailment and provides virility in more intimate matters. Do I have a volunteer?
I'll try.
Just a small pinch, Sarah. There you go.
My God, it's gone.
It's gone.
Cured by the Maker himself.
That's
Gasp.
enough. Clear
My
out, you
cough. Fuck it.
You hear about the Amaranthine traitors?
Who?
Some harebrained nobles in Amaranthine were conspiring against the Warden Commander. A truly stellar idea, if you know anything about her. We caught most of the conspirators, but a few fled by sea and came here. We're offering a bounty.
Tell me what I need to know.
Here's a list of names and descriptions. Anytime you end one of the bastards, let me know and I'll reward you. Better act fast, though. We're looking for them, too.
Sure.
Of 3 children.
Every coin those swindlers nab goes straight to the carter's coffers. They must be stopped.
It's part of the if you did Awakening, the import the save that I imported is we did. I'm not gonna say we did everything, but we did a lot of stuff. We played all through Awakening and did some other things. So
My. If it isn't Hawk.
Still up to old tricks, Elegant?
Lady Elegant, if you don't mind. I'm a married woman now. Last time we met, you were still working for that brutish thug Mirren. Things have been going well since then?
Could be better. Could be worse.
I often feel the same way. You may recall I supplied the Red Iron with potions. I'd be willing to extend you the same courtesy if you like. All I ask is you inform me of any interesting reagents you find. In exchange, I'll approach my contacts on your behalf. And of course you'll need the appropriate recipes, such as this one. Free, for old time's sake.
You could do worse, Hawk. It's a roof.
Hard to believe they left me nothing.
Well, Mother was pretty steamed when you ran off with your Ferelden apostate.
I'm still their daughter. He wasn't like this in Lothering. I think he misses the open fields.
Dryden?
Come on. Let's play Fetch the Invisible Ball. Poor thing. Maybe he'd be happier if we brought him with us more often. But if he's with us,
Who'd keep Gamlen's debt collectors away?
Take it. I'm sick of what's-his-name.
All right, Ethan,
staring
take it
and
easy.
panting.
Gamlen, honestly, a Mabari understands what you say. Try using his name.
What's wrong with dog? Real easy to remember.
Come on, boy. This is no time to play dead.
My children have been in servitude. Servitude for a year. They should be
Servitude.
nobility.
Servitude.
If wishes were poppy, we'd all be dreaming.
You mean this is real? No wonder I can't wake up.
And here I thought that Ferelden you ran off with was a mage, not a jester. Your mother was supposed to marry the Comte de Launcey, and instead she ran off with some Ferelden apostate. You don't get to stay the favorite when you do that.
Where is Father's will? If I could just see for myself.
It's not here, all right? It was read, it went in the vault. No one needed to look at it again.
That touched a nerve. What's in there that you don't want us to see?
Nothing. But you won't be seeing the bloody thing. It's still locked up on the estate, and that's long out of my hands.
You didn't take your parents' will.
It was old news. You think I've been sitting here for 25 years waiting for Leandra to slink back?
Who bought the estate, Gamlen? Perhaps I could speak to them. Was it the Reinhardts?
No one you know. Get used to Lowtown, sister. That's where we're going to stay.
What do I should do with all this shit this time? Let all the stuff filter through. That's it.
So, I hate thinking badly of family. But did Uncle Gamlen seem a little slippery when he talked about Grandfather's will? If he, say, invested money that was meant to be Mother's, do you think he would tell us?
Offline, really? Huh. That's weird.
Gamlen can't say good morning without lying twice.
Mother's been in such a fit of melancholy since Gamlen told her how angry her parents were about Father. She told me she wishes she'd died with Carver. It's like coming here ruined every good memory of her childhood. I wish we could get some of it back.
Unless we somehow turn Gamlin into an upstanding citizen, what's done is done.
Gamlin told me he gave the estate as payment to some slaver who beat him at dice.
I like the conversations
Apparently,
with Bethany.
Our
10
ancestral
times
home
better.
is now a base for slavers from all over Hairdos.
Like, I mean, Carver's supposed to be unlikable and all that, but even then, the conversations are, eh.
Gamlin couldn't have just sold himself and saved us all the trouble.
Can you just imagine him sweeping and scrubbing?
Get out of my face! Your mother's bad enough. I don't need you nagging me.
Welcome to the Black Emporium. Places, everyone. Oh, customer.
Thaddeus, stand straight. Places, everyone. Welcome to the
Black
Emporium.
Thaddeus.
Look around. So many things to admire. All manner of craft. Lore gathered from throughout
Hairdos.
I'm tired of those plebeian items.
Hear that, Thaddeus? No charge.
Take what you like. No charge. No charge, Thaddeus. You hear me?
Please, don't fondle and traste.
Please, don't fondle and trust, eh?
Don't manhandle. Okay, sorry. It's just...
Manhandle the urchin.
Don't manhandle.
He's not for sale. Find your own.
6. 10, son of a bitch. Level 7. Level 6. That's solid. right now. Oh, that noisy dog breath.
Keep it down,
Oh,
dog.
pardon my dog for breathing.
All that noisy dog breath, day in, day out. Make him stop.
Well, pardon my dog for breathing. If you think you can stop him, be my guest.
There. Isn't that annoying? Ah, blight take you.
I wish we had the money for our own place.
Get out of my face.
Get out of my face!
Long time no see, my friend.
Well, if it isn't Worthy, the dwarf with the
I
incredibly
think Worthy is
ironic
the
name.
dwarf that pretends to be Varric and writes really bad knockoffs of swords and shields or something in Inquisition. Something like that.
Still trying to ferret out everyone's business, I see.
Of course. How else do you expect a dwarf to make a living? I'll tell you what. I still have my old contacts. You need some rune crafting done, I can arrange it for you. Take care, Hawk. Don't get dead.
A Ferelden in the guard. What will they think? Next.
You have a problem with that?
Me? My family's not native either. I've spent way too much time here.
Another Ferelden street rat? Are you here to waste my time, or do you actually have coin to spend?
Actually, my coin and I were just leaving.
Hey, I'm having a bad week. There are few Fereldens of means in Kirkwall. Forgive me.
Are you an armorer? A weaponsmith?
My stock is varied. What all my wares have in common, however, is quality. Only the best for my distinguished patrons. See for yourself.
Bitch.
Well, good luck to you then.
Miss...
And we're broke again.
Bodan Feddick, purveyor of goods both common and rare, at your service. And this is my son, Sandal, who is as brilliant an enchanter as you'll ever find. Say hello to the nice human, Sandal.
Hello.
We shall be accompanying your expedition and providing the needed supplies. It's all quite exciting, isn't it?
The thought of adventure does make me giddy.
A kindred soul, surely. But I digress. Do you wish to peruse my wares, or perhaps make use of Sandal's unique talents?
Enchantment?
Just so.
You two don't seem the sort to hire onto this sort of expedition.
My son and I have never played it safe. Never kept to the tried and true roads. In fact, we have just returned from adventures while accompanying the hero of Ferelden, legendary Grey Warden and vanquisher of the Blight.
So you helped to defeat the Blight?
In our small way, perhaps. We did not fight at the Grey Warden's side, of course.
Yeah, he sold me runes and learning tomes at about 30% markup.
But surely my past is hardly of interest to the likes of you.
Let's see what your son can do.
Enchantment! Alright, let's see what loot it dropped us. Now that we got Varric hooked up to pimp all the loot containers for some extra change. Sold you gifts that got you laid? Ah, that's solid. Yeah, there is that. There is that. He did have the best axe in the game, right? Best one-handed weapon? I think the Vishale was the best, at least in the main game. There might have been something better in the DLC, but that was a pretty solid axe.
Aveline?
And on that amulet for Alistair. That's who I always gave it to anyway. How old are they? I think there's actually a way to, something you can read somewhere, something that's mentioned. The game takes course over 7 years, between 7 and 8 years, right? You got like a year, then you have 3 years between, like you have a year between the intro and the start of Act 1, and then Act 1 takes place over whatever, a short period of time, and then between Act 1 and Act 2 is like 3 years, and then another 3 years. So add 7 years to whatever their age was fleeing Lothering.
Good day, sir. Who are you to talk to me like that?
You bloody peasant.
Piece cake.
Solid.
You're in my light.
You're in my light. Fucking nobles. I just like to see the look on Arishok's face when one of the nobles complains about him being in their light.
Nowhere I'd rather be.
The pure disgust. The disgust that he would have for them.
We're good to go.
How much longer do I have to wait?
What do you do? What do you do in your free time? This is my free time. Oh, well, shit. Oh, yes.
Sebastian,
hang on to fire damage once.
Stop this madness. The Chantry cannot condone revenge, Sebastian.
It is my right, my duty.
Well,
to
that's
show
why the
these
Chantry needs to
assassins
fail,
there's
then.
Nowhere in the free marches to hide.
He's not asking revenge.
Is murder.
Well, I guess technically it's revenge, but it's also justice.
No. What happened to my family was murder.
Sebastian's actually right there. I fully agree with that. I had an epiphany thinking about capital punishment and all that, and I realized that we all have a right to life. And to cling to that life the best that we're able, but there are certain things that a person can do that forfeits that right. Like if you give it away freely by committing certain things that deprive others of their right to life, then you deprive yourself of your own. Things like murder, rape, kidnapping, treason, high treason, and stuff like that. You deprive or violate others' rights to life. Therefore, you forfeit your own. That was just perfectly crystal clear to me, and I was like, okay. So it's not an issue of anger. I mean, there's a lot to be angry about when you see somebody who's guilty of, you know, certain crimes and things, but it's not just that. I'm guessing these assholes are going to be immune to fucking cold too. Let me hang on to these, though, just for a second. Five fire damage, seriously? That was fast. This is not going to be a cakewalk.
We're under attack. Surprise.
Don't give them an ace! You will request! You're gonna regret it!
Bitch. Dog walks off like it's cool and shit. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Imagine if she had a 3-star fire staff. If that fire staff would have done 11 damage. I mean, everybody would have added 2 points of damage to their weapon. Roughly. She'd have been doing double. So instead of hitting for 5, 10, 12, 20, she'd have hit for 12, 18, 22, 30. That type of thing.
Serving some king you've never met.
I don't know if I agree.
Neither would my brother.
I'm sorry you had to witness that disgraceful scene by the Chanter's Board. I am Elthina, Grand Cleric of Kirkwall. Sebastian's normally a good lad, but he's had a terrible shock.
I think his family deserves to be avenged.
Sebastian would spend his coin to buy men's lives, the same as those who attacked his
It's not
family.
the same.
No matter how justified he feels, that is murder.
That's a lie.
And when he
That's a lie.
returns,
It's not murder.
I will
Justice
tell
is
him
not
so
murder.
again.
So when a judge finally puts a monster to death, that judge is committing murder? No. It's called justice.
You are from over
That's
the
ridiculous.
sea,
That's
are
an
you not?
insane, evil
Have
thinking.
you come to pray for
Trying to
those
make
you left
evil
behind?
good and good evil and
It
try
was
to
a
muddy
near
up the
thing
whole
what happened in Ferelden.
horrible
But in
judgment.
the
This
end,
bitch is,
the Maker stepped in.
she's, with all of her platitudes and all of her soft-spokenness, she's the problem, not any part of the solution.
I hear a lot about the Knight Commander here. What can you tell me?
Gossip is a sin, child. Knight Commander Meredith has an admirable devotion to her duties.
To the exclusion of all else.
It is not my role to form opinions on her character.
Can I get your benediction?
May the Maker bless and keep you. May his smile grace all the days of your life, and his light guide you to his side.
So let it be.
So let it be.
Okay, may the Maker inspire you to ever do anything of worth or value or of substance ever, just once in your life ever.
May the Maker's gaze be upon
Grand Cleric Elthina. Useless. How was I to know she was a lady of ill repute? A lady of ill repute. It's got to be Isabella. Got to be. He's praying for forgiveness for having caught something from Isabella. Got all that.
Your family used to be noble, right?
By some definition of the term.
Do you ever wonder what your life would have been like
Something
if you
of
were still
yours,
noble?
Sunshine, nobility is just an expensive lifestyle. still got all those things. It's sunnier here, and nobody calls me my lord. I think I'm good with that.
Care for a night of fun, monsieur?
Here's your reward. Keep looking, though.
The elves who don't live here actually have it worse. I hate to be an elf in Darktown.
Oh, hello.
Hey. 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 What's wrong with me?
Not a step closer. No refunds on the ashes, friend. If the Maker doesn't favor you, that's between you and him, isn't it?
To arms!
Don't say I didn't.
He spam healed twice? Damn. He heal spammed twice. Yeah, when they start slugging down 15, 20 potions at level 5. You don't tolerate that, you don't accept it, you don't. Yeah. Should have been able to run him over, but that's beyond ridiculous.
We're under attack.
Don't say I didn't.
What a surprise! I'll deal with it. That's enough. I suffer no threat. There. Here. Come on.
5,000 times damage buff at level 5. Nice. Pretty impressive. I'm suspecting bug, but whatever. This is embarrassing. The damage is fine. Damage is alright, but okay,
Not a step closer. No refunds on the ashes, friend. If the Maker doesn't favor you, that's between you and him, isn't it?
I'm gonna spread it out a little bit because I don't know what's going on.
Here we go again.
No, the damage isn't fine. Actually, it's not fine at all. Well, if he can heal 18 times, and you got to pound on him for 35 minutes to get him down to 90% health, that's going to make this basically impossible. I'm wondering if we're getting any elemental weapons effects. It says we are, but it's not. I don't know.
Not a step closer. No refunds on the ashes, friend. If the Maker doesn't favor you, that's between you and him, isn't it?
We're under attack.
Don't say
What a surprise. Go down! I deny you.
Yeah, probably could have. That's what I think. Take that loot, though. That'll work. Thanks for tanking for a minute, man. So, it's going to be a whole different... This is more like assassin gameplay, but without the damage early on. That's what this is like, because you're more single target. Interesting.
The thieves are gone, guardsman.
Did you say something? I didn't hear you. And clumsy me. I seem to have dropped a coin purse in your hand.
So at what point do I let Aveline go? Well, we're gonna have to have. We gotta get haste first before I even think about letting Aveline out of here. That's a given, and some upgrade in a weapon. Nice.
You've been drinking.
No. Maybe. Yes. Face it, you don't pay me enough to say so well.
Varric, do you do anything?
Am I the next stop in your career evaluations? Joy of joys.
You watch and you talk. Is that it?
You are dismissing hallmarks of both the utterly effectual and the incredibly dangerous.
I don't know what you mean.
flow when I talk and when I shut up. Like if you got me guard or unguard.
That makes no sense.
Good.
So, here's the thing. We need to find a way into the deep roads. Bartran can lead us to the right place once we're down there, but we need a good entrance.
Any entrance would do, wouldn't it? Well, unless a dragon's sitting in it, I suppose.
We need an entrance that's close to our destination, but isn't already plundered or filled with darkspawn. Fortunately, I've received some new information. There's a Grey Warden in the city. If anyone knows how to get down there, it'll be him.
Sounds like you have it all planned out, Varric.
And that, Messer, is why I'm here. Supposedly, this Grey Warden came in with some other Ferelden refugees not long ago. A Lowtown woman named Lorene has been helping the Fereldans. We talked to her. Maybe we learn where he is. I'll keep after my contacts, see if I can drum up any other work.
Why is this place called the Hay?
Well, thanks, James.
Maybe I should put you to use, Varric. Have you penned some warnings for the lawless?
Who's that for? The most criminals, big readers. Seems like pacify.
Will everyone please just step back? My mother's in labor. The baby's come early. Can anyone help her? I'll send word to the healer, but...
My son's hurt bad. Cart overturned on him in the blasted bone pit.
Everyone in your turn. I promise we have donations coming in. There will be food and medicine for all of you.
Sorry. Finally, just as we were about to close it out. Yeah, we're about to be done here in just a minute. But here we are.
If you're seeking aid, leave your name with my girl.
Well, it's 5 in the morning here, and we start about 7 in the evening usually, so you're at the end of a 10-12 hour run. That's what it is just about every night. I don't know if that's unlucky or just tuning in at the... Well. It is what it is.
I hear you know where I can find a Ferelden Grey Warden.
Only Ferelden Grey Warden I've heard of is sitting on the throne. We're out of the Blight's path now. Why would you need a warden?
The healer was one of them once, wasn't he? A warden?
Well, we didn't.
Well, he's not now.
Well,
and
we didn't.
busy enough without answering fool questions about it.
Then I'll only ask very smart questions.
I do not
I do
joke.
not joke, Syrah.
Yes, but I
you
do.
see what our people face in Kirkwall. They have no jobs, no homes. Most can barely buy bread. This healer, he serves them without thought for coin. He's closed their wounds, delivered their children.
And yet he needs to hide.
He's a good man. I won't lose him to the blighted Templars.
Nope, just started a different one. But we've been streaming basically since early yesterday. So, about the same time, more or less, that we do each day. Sometimes it's earlier, sometimes it's later, but we don't normally go much past 5 or 6 in the morning. If you keep tuning in at 5 or 6 in the morning, well, that's about the time that we're done. If we're not just...
Your healer is in no danger from me.
If this mage is an apostate, the Templars will find him.
No mage should suffer for an accident of birth.
I suppose it isn't my secret to keep. Anders has certainly been free enough with his services. Refugees in Darktown know to find the healer, look for the lit lantern. If you have need enough...
No, nobody should suffer for an
Anders will be
accident of
within.
birth. People should be responsible for their atrocious behavior, abusing the powers they're accidentally born with, though. That's a completely different thing. If I was born with a gun in the end of my finger, I shouldn't be punished for that. If I go around murdering people with it, I should be punished for that. That's not very hard. These people try to make rocket science out of it to confuse the issue. What is I'm not even 2 hours into this, man. I couldn't give you an opinion.
We heard you in there asking about the healer. We know what happens to mages in this town. And it ain't gonna happen to him.
Does this really seem like a good idea?
Let's show these folks a little Ferelden justice.
And here we go again. Out of range. Need to get closer.
Great ancestors, no.
Alright, I guess we could... Shit. On Dragon... Yeah, this is the first time I haven't played Dragon Age 2, Sword and Shield. Before, this is... I hadn't played Origins Sword and Shield either, but I was thinking about it, and it's... Honestly, it wouldn't play really any different than anything else.
Something of yours, sir.
For a mage, you mean?
I could also. Tom Wise.
Huh? Oh, Hawk. Haven't seen you since Mirren hired me for that Red Iron job. Been a while. Heard you're going on some expedition into the Deep Roads. And right into Darkspawn territory. Sure that's wise?
We can't all make a living in the Undercity.
Just watch your back. That's all I'm saying. Say, you still in the market for some poisons? The red iron's been scarce, and business has been a little slow. You find any rare reagents and want me to whip you up something, just let me know. In fact, since you're an old friend, here's a recipe. My speciality. Everyone needs an edge sometimes, right?
That's what I needed right there.
I'd kill for some food. Again.
There's mercenaries down there? I'd kill for some food again. Alright, let's see what we got.
You're going to regret this. Get I'll deal with it. It's too hard. You are not enough. Nothing to worry about.
Ah, Bethany, see, she's got the best dialogue during combat, too. Nothing to worry about. There's probably a lesson here about the dangers of magic. That's my favorite. While she's just kicking their ass. She's awesome, man. She's my favorite character in this game. Right here. Yeah, I'd have to say out of all of them. I mean, Varric's cool. Varric's supposed to be like your road dog, and he's that, but yeah, Bethany's the one that I like.
Don't like Darktown? Die.
Let's see. Let's get. Shit. This abomination.
I have made this place a sanctum of healing and salvation. Why do you threaten it?
Strange occupation for a warden. Aren't you more about taint and death? Not healing and salvation.
Did the warden send you to bring me back? I'm not going. Those bastards made me get rid of my cat. Poor Sir Pouncelot. He hated the deep roads.
You had a
This
cat
is where he's
named
trying to be
Sir
endearing
Pouncelot
or something.
in the deep roads.
Yeah, you know, early,
A noble
really,
beast.
at no point in the game
Almost
does
got
she
ripped in
really
half
take
by a
advantage
Genbot once.
of you if you're
He
a
swatted the bugger
warrior,
on the nose.
because she doesn't really have
Drew
anything
blood,
to
too.
do
The
with
blighted warden
staggers.
said he made me too
I don't
soft.
think
I had to give him to a friend in Amaranthine.
she can destroy some disoriented shit.
I'm part of an
But,
expedition into the deep roads. Any information you
I'm trying
have
to think
could
if she
save
has
people's
anything
lives.
against staggered
I will
enemies.
die a happy man if I never think about the blighted deep roads again. You can't imagine what I've come through to get
Oh, she
here.
does. She does in her
I'm not
specialist
interested.
tree, but it's the
Although, a favor
Maker's
for a
Fist, I
favor.
think.
Does that sound like a fair deal?
I think that's friendly
You
fire
help
too,
me,
so
I'll help you.
yeah, she really doesn't. She can't do a whole lot.
Let's be more specific. I don't do anything involving children or animals.
I have a warden map of the depths in this area, but there's a price. I came to Kirkwall to aid a friend, a mage, a prisoner in the wretched gallows. The Templars learned of my plans to free him. Help me bring him safely past them, and you shall have your maps.
Oh, that's all? I might just take my chances with the Darkspawn.
If we fight the Templars, it is because they decide that anyone who befriends a mage deserves death without questioning.
And at
That's
what
just
point
as
do you
his
see
cause
that in the
is.
game?
It scares me. I don't want to give the Templars another reason to hunt us.
These are my terms. If you want my aid with your expedition, meet me in the Chantry tonight. I have sent word to Carl to be there. Make her willing, we will all leave free men.
It's like, Anders, I don't do anything involving children or animals. And he's like, don't worry about it, I got that covered. But what I want you to do is watch me murder a fellow mage, because the mage can't bind demons or throw fireballs anymore.
I think this is the cellar door. Let's go.
He's such a bitch.
Here we go! Now you fall! Order will rule!
Again sometime.
Get ready! Go down! Me before anything else. How about you?
Heal that, bitch. Yeah, I'll take my health potions back too, ho. Punk-ass assassin. Shifty, shitty assassins.
The Amal crest. Mother described it, but this is the first time I've seen it. Wouldn't it feel like something to live in a house with this above the door?
Everyone stay still. Try not to make any loud noises.
Let's finish this!
Are you gonna spam? Spam?
Make her take you! Here! Come on!
Nothing to worry about.
Nicely done.
I love the thuds and the clunks and shit when you slam them with your shield. Oh, bang, clank, pink, ping, pow.
We're under attack. What is the plan? Face me. I care for all of us.
Now that's just rude. What are they trying to do? Ruin my boots?
I knew I should have slit his throat.
Need to get closer. How about you? Now you fall. It's too far. Out of range. It's done.
No, we won't be having any of that. All that magical balls and all that, whatever. No, no, we're not having any of that. They do it when they're threatened. Basically, if they take fire, if they don't take fire or you're far enough away, then they'll probably do an AoE shit that'll wipe your party. But they're invincible as long as you're close. Sometimes just having your dog out, your dog will keep them on the defense. Money.
This is it. Grandfather's will. Mother needs to see this as soon as possible.
We'll take it to her right now.
You get towards the end of a fight and you let one of those mages come out of that shit and get one of those spirit balls that slows you down and sucks you in like a gravity ball and wipes your entire party.
You are taking advantage of my hospitality. It's only fair if you make something of a monthly contribution.
You sold my children into servitude.
No, I'm playing a mage, team.
Now
This is a
you're
mage
asking me to
right
pay
here.
rent?
Maybe just put something towards food.
You should be paying us, Uncle. We found the will.
He forgave you, Mother. Grandfather left you everything. Here, read it.
I should maybe...
To my daughter Leandra, and all children born of her, the estate in Hightown and all associated revenues.
Check out the part where Gamlen is left only a stipend, to be controlled by you.
Gamlen, how could you?
You're the one who ran away, Leandra. What happened to love is so much more important than money.
It is!
You didn't even come home for the funeral.
The twins were a week old.
We all have our burdens. Mine was looking after a life you abandoned. How long was I supposed to wait?
I doubt you let the ashes get cold.
I took care of Father. I stayed. And on his deathbed, all he could talk about was Leandra. Look, sister, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done it, but I did. And there's nothing I can do to get it back.
I don't expect that, Gamlen. It's enough to know Mother and Father didn't die angry. I'll petition the Viscount for rights to reclaim the estate. Make her willing, you'll have your house back within weeks.
You don't have the coin or standing to even get an audience with the Viscount. You've got to be someone in this city to live in that house again.
Then I had better get started.
Carver never told you.
The way
He
that
was a
dog's
bit
sitting all
jealous
cool
Navari
and
chose
shit.
you and not him. Poor Carver. There's a good boy.
Well, we'll just tell them, Steen. Tell them if they ask. Just tell them it's a mage. It's a mage with a metal bladed staff and an arcane shield.
Why don't you go pick up something at the market? You could use some air.
What? Hey!
I can't believe Gamlen stole Mother's entire inheritance. I mean, I can believe it. That's the worst part. I could never turn against my own sister like that.
You're a better person than Gamlen could ever be.
Well, hopefully we'll be out of here soon.
That's right.
You know,
Steen is the anti-mage.
When we went to look for that will, I thought we were doing it for Mother, for what she lost. I didn't realize how much it would mean to me. To know I had grandparents who didn't hate me.
I wish they had lived long enough to see us come home.
Home. That's what it is, isn't it? I like saying that. We're not running away again. We're coming home.
Let's see if Mother gets us that mansion. I don't want to call anywhere Uncle Gamlen is home.
Has he moved that bowl of porridge since we've been here? It's been a year. I can't even remember what it was like to have a place of our own. I might even take the circle if they'll give me a clean bed and my own sheets.
I think this is a picture of Mother. She looks like you.
Where did you get that? Was it at the estate? Let me see. Is it? I think this is Mother's betrothal portrait from when she was supposed to marry the Comte. Look! You can see the ring.
I suppose it would have been a bit awkward to take it with her.
I know she loved Father. I guess I just wondered if she'd have been happier if he hadn't been a mage. If I wasn't a mage. I know that made it hard for Mother. It's nice to have a reminder of a time when she still knew how to smile.
Bethany's awesome, man.
When I told your grandmother I was marrying your father, she threatened to disown me. She said my children would be mongrel.
All that free will and move by
My father
itself.
wanted to lock me in,
They're
but
walking.
she told him it's her life, let her ruin it. I wrote to her when each of you were born.
Doing the MC Hammer.
She never wrote back. I'm glad she didn't die hating me.
Your mother's dead. Let it go.
When I was a girl, your grandmother was the young, beautiful, noble mother all my friends wished they had. She might have had a hard time accepting it at first, but she would have loved you, all three of you. Carver. He was such a little boy. Never had a knee that wasn't scraped or trousers without holes.
It's different, Enrique. It's kind of its own story.
The last thing Carver would want is more crying.
I just keep thinking there's something we could have done. It's killing me. I remember that awful creature reaching down and 18 years of loving and feeding and raising, and that was it.
At least you're past the it's all your fault thing.
I'm sorry, love. I was distraught. I never really believed that. It's just... I miss him. There were 4 of us when the blight began. It will never be over while there are just 3. I've written to the Viscount. I've an audience for after Bartran's expedition leaves. I couldn't do anything for Carver, but with luck, I could at least give us a home.
All right. That's a good point. Let's see. Nice. It's automatic staggers now. I just need to get some chain lightning in there. Alright, guys. That's it for me. To go to the deep roads, you have to go to Frostback Mountains. I think that's what it's called, which will get you to Orsamar. All right, guys, I'm out. It's 6 in the morning, and that's good enough for me. I will see you guys again this evening, hopefully. If I don't, then have a good week ahead of you or whatever. And if I do, well, then I'll see you. I'll be back on, sometime this afternoon. Early evening. We're always on by 7. By 7 o'clock, that's usually set time. Anyway, you guys take care, and I will catch you later. You guys too. Adios.